troubling case to tell you about in Tucson involving a little boy and his former neighbor. Alleged child molestation and a state law, some say, set a dangerous person free. Here's Christy now with the exclusive details tonight. Christy?
Yeah, Tom, using the so-called Rule 11 process, this neighbor was found incompetent to stand trial, even though by all accounts he confessed to molesting the little boy. The case was dismissed. There was no punishment, no protections put in place for other kids. So we asked, how is this justice? Did prosecutors do everything they could? Tonight's Christy's Kids investigation.
I'm doing a story on what happened with you and the little boy. And I was hoping you could talk to me about that.
On the far west side, there is a man living with his parents who has confessed to molesting a former neighbor.
My son was molested by this neighbor who was 30 years old. My son was 12 at the time.
This woman we'll call Paula has a son we'll call Steve. Steve and that neighbor became friends years ago. The two would shoot hoops together, ride bikes, go to U of A basketball games.
My son trusted this person.
Then, when Steve was 10 years old,
he had sex with him. He penetrated his, and he made him give him.
Christy's Kids uncovered documents that laid out the alleged crime. Steve told police it happened in the neighbor's backyard shed on multiple occasions. It went on until Steve was 12, and when Steve told a relative, police got involved. According to this Tucson police document, the neighbor confessed to all of it. He told police he thinks it's wrong what he did to Steve, but does not understand why it's wrong. And he also said he knows it's against the law, but he did it because he was curious. The grown adult was booked into jail that night and indicted. 2 counts of child molestation, 5 counts of sexual conduct with a minor. The matter went to court, and the Pima County Public Defender asked for a competency evaluation. According to that request, the accused has been diagnosed with mental retardation. That means the court found the defendant is unable to understand the nature of the proceedings and assist in his defense. He is therefore incompetent. The charges were dismissed without prejudice. Paula called Christy's Kids.
What was his reaction?
She asked if he understood. He said yes. I mean, he was very happy to be walking out of that courtroom.
He walked and didn't have to register as a sex offender. He also didn't have to go to a mental health facility. He was never prosecuted. An apparent dead end.
It makes me feel that I did not protect my son.
It's a situation that's, it's disappointing.
Alan Goodwin was the prosecutor in this case. He told Christy's Kids the law clearly states a person found incompetent to stand trial cannot be prosecuted. He says lawmakers have the power to change that.
Our office has let it be known that we're concerned.
But Christy's Kids learned through our independent legal experts that there is an option for these cases, a separate law where the accused can still be tried to see if they're a sexually violent person. State Law 36-3705 says a person can be detained in a licensed facility if they're found incompetent to stand trial and they have a mental disorder making them likely to engage in acts of sexual violence. We tried asking Goodwin by phone why this wasn't pursued. Deputy County Attorney Kathleen Mayer stepped in to explain.
We don't have any information that we could prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. would commit future acts of sexual violence.
Mayer also says that the law can only be pursued if the person is still in custody, and this man was not. Pima County prosecutors have tried and failed to get the law broadened.
It is not fair to my son that he is a victim and the person that did this to him is nothing happens to him. He just goes on with his life.
All right, listen to this. According to the Pima County Attorney's Office, there have been 12 cases just like this in the last 5 years, crimes including murder and sexual assault. Prosecutors say they will keep working with lawmakers to address this, and Christy's Kids will stay on it.